Arts Weekly, celebrating regional expression, performance, and creativity, is brought to you in part by the Edward D. and Ione Auer Foundation, the Ian and Mimi Rowland Foundation, the family of Dr. Christopher and Kirsten LaSalle, and the support of viewers like you. Thank you.
This is Arts Weekly.
Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Thank you for tuning in to Arts Weekly. I'm Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the second half of the show, we'll hear all about the upcoming Taste of the Arts Festival taking place on the Downtown Arts Campus Saturday, August 24th. But first, I'd like to welcome Marlene Lobsiger and David Blackwell, who are the co-chairs of the Freshmen Society Convention taking place in Fort Wayne September 5th through 7th. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, when I found out we were going to have you on the show, I was so excited because even though I wasn't a huge fan of the Freshmen, I knew who they were a little bit, that they were a big influence on other people. So I think this is going to be a great story about the Freshmen and what they have done not only with their own group, but other groups as well. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of the Freshmen and who they are, when they started?
Sure. The Freshmen actually met at Butler University, where they were all freshmen, music students.
Okay.
Two of them are from Columbus, Ohio, or Columbus, Indiana, and one's from Greenville, and one's from up the road in Warsaw. And they met there and spent a year, and they developed a group. And at the end, somewhere during the year, the group changed from a barbershop group to a modern jazz group. They changed the order around and put the lead singer on top. And they were performing around that area and had a good sound, and were getting some jobs. And at the end of their freshman year, they decided it was time to see if they could just make it a profession.
Wow, that's a pretty big decision for freshmen to.
Freshmen, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they call them the Freshmen. They never graduated.
Oh, really?
Never graduated.
No.
What a great story, though. Now, who were the original Freshmen?
You want to do this?
Well, it was Ross Barber and Ross Barber and Don Barber. They were brothers. Mm-hmm. And Hal Cratch from Warsaw, Indiana, and Bob Flanagan, who was a cousin of the Barbers from Greenfield, Indiana.
So they continued from that point. I mean, this was what, 1948? 48.
47.
It would have been
Okay,
47.
so they started, and so from that point then, were they pretty successful? I mean, when they decided after being freshmen that here we are, we're going to go out.
Well, go ahead,
They
Dave.
spent the summer seeing how they were doing, and finally decided in the fall to make a profession of it. They went to Chicago, hired a manager, and they were booked into the 113 Club at 113 West Washington Street in Fort Wayne, Indiana, for their first professional performance.
Wow! So that's kind of, we've got a little claim to fame here with the
We do.
Freshmen. So that is really the reason for your theme then this year for the convention, back to the 113 Club. So tell me a little bit about this location. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize what the 113 Club was.
The Grand Wayne Convention Center sits right on the very spot at 113 West Washington Street where the 113 Club was. We did a lot of research trying to find things about it. We found some matchbook covers and a few people that remembered being there, but they didn't have great detail. Right. And Dave claims now that when we have our evening performances, will be in the very spot in the Anthony Wayne Ballroom where the club sat.
Yeah, it is true.
But how great for all these people coming back. I mean, that's gotta, is this the first time the convention's been in Fort Wayne?
Fort Wayne.
Yes.
Oh, so I would think that would be an extra special part of it this year.
Oh, it is.
Now, these guys, they started, and we've got a little video of them because I want to make sure everybody knows who they are now, because obviously we don't have the original members, you know, but we've transitioned over the years to the group who is playing now. So why don't we play the video of, you know, it's going to show us a medley of the current group
And
members.
you'll love it.
Oh, I know, it's going to be great. Let's listen.
Your eyes are blue, your kisses too. I never knew what they could do. I can't believe that you're in love with me. You're telling everyone I know I'm on your mind each place you go. They can't believe that you're in love with me. I have always placed you far above me. I just can't imagine that you love me. And after all is said and done, to think that I'm the lucky one, I can't believe that you're in love with me. With that hazy, crazy night we met, when a nightingale sang. Ooh, a nightingale sang. When a nightingale sang in Berkeley Little surfer, little one, made my heart come all undone. Do you love me? Do you, surfer girl, my little surfer girl? I have watched you on the shore, standing by the ocean's roar. Do you love me? Do you, surfer girl, surfer girl, surfer girl?
That is so wonderful. They just, their harmonies are unbelievable, aren't they?
They absolutely are.
Well, so how did it go from these four guys playing in a band to becoming the Four Freshmen Society?
Well, in 1987, a man named Ed Townsend was hanging around where the Four Freshmen were performing, and he decided to start a society.
A fan club.
A fan
club.
club, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
it actually started out to be the Four Freshmen Appreciation Society, and it was a fan club. And after a few years of this, they decided they were having gatherings every so often. They decided, well, let's just have a convention. And so they started the annual convention, and it's done in a different city every year. The Four Freshmen make appearances 2 nights, and then the other night we have a big jam session. And there are also other activities throughout the day.
And how many people are at these conventions?
Well, they started out the first year after Ed started this. They said there were 150 the first year.
in the society.
And he came up with the idea of sending out a quarterly newsletter called Fresh News, which is still being sent. We still do have Fresh News. And at the end of several years, which if we want to go to today, there's 2,500 members from all over the world. We have Japan, Canada, Denmark, people are coming. England, and across the whole United States. It's just amazing.
So you're going to have several hundreds of
We will.
people at this
450
convention
at least.
from all over. So during these jam sessions, are those with the four freshmen themselves? Are they there?
No.
It's the musicians
The
in
jam
the group.
session is for anybody who comes to the convention. And it's everybody some folks are professional musicians and they're really good. And some are strictly amateur, but they get up and perform too.
Oh, because
And
it's a great opportunity.
It's a
isn't it?
great evening of fun.
And we've hired a local combo to back them up.
Yeah.
So that's what we do, and they need to send their tune to Dave and what key it's in, and he provides a lead sheet so there's no surprises. And these four guys locally will be backing them up. We could have drummers, vocalists, I don't know what else we
Vocal
have.
quartets that
clarinet
sound like the
players, of
Freshmen.
Oh,
course,
well,
and
that would
trombone.
be fun too.
Trombone,
So who
yeah.
are the current members?
Well, Brian Eichenberger, Bob Ferreira, Curtis Calderon, and Vince Johnson.
Well, they are just absolutely wonderful.
And they all live in separate places. One's in California, one's in San Antonio, Minnesota, and Las Vegas.
So and then they're touring throughout the year in
Throughout the
various
year.
places. When you can hear just from those clips, I mean, that you hear a lot of Beach Boys in there. You hear, I mean, they've been influential on many groups over the years, haven't they?
Manhattan Transfer.
Yeah,
Beach
they were
Boys,
the originators of
High-Lows.
the style, actually. They influenced groups like Marlene said, the High-Lows, the Beach Boys, the Manhattan Transfer, even the Letterman a little bit. They all took something from their sound.
Right. Yeah, so anybody who's interested in going to the convention, you have to be a member of the society first, right?
do.
So how do people get information about this?
They can contact me. It's on our website,
Okay.
www.forfreshman2013 convention.
Okay.
And it'll come up, and they'll see my email address and my phone number, and I've been getting phone calls and emails.
So they can become a member of the society
That
and
way,
then join
and
the
we can
convention.
guide them to the right place to become
For
a member and
registration.
attend the convention.
Yeah.
So this is taking place when? September.
February.
September.
Yeah, it's been a long day. September 5th through the 7th.
Through the 7th, over
Thursday
the
through
weekend.
Saturday at the Grand Wayne Convention Center.
Great. Well, have a wonderful time. That just looks like it's going to be a
you.
ball. Thank you
will
so
be.
much for being here.
Thank you.
While we get ready for our next segment, please take a minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. You also can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and we'll be right back with Tenna Wenker from Taste of the Arts.